Hunting is the most tried and true job of ranch roleplay. Unlike any other job, it can be done without any character roles or property permissions. Your items can be sold at any time of the day, the sell prices never fluctuate, and it's perhaps one of the cheapest and safest RP roles out there, all things being considered. In today's video, I'm going to explain how the hunting system works on ranch roleplay. I then want to explain the mechanics of hunting, weapons versus no weapons involved, and finally how much money can be made through the whole process. I think what's incredibly important to understand is that hunting in Ranch RP is both location dependent and time dependent. In Ranch, animals are scarce and dependent upon load time. To save on server resources, animals will not populate every area of the map at all times. When you're traveling, this is why you may notice a lack of animals. The server is not going to have an abundance of animals in places that have just loaded in and are simply being passed through. If you stick in an area, you'll see the wildlife in a region gradually increase over time. The server will also require existing animals to either be killed or scared off for new ones to spawn. So this is why you may be wondering where the other 3 deer go when they run over a nearby hill while you're skinning the deer that you've just killed. They've simply disappeared to save on server load. Running around an area will bring new types of animals too. This is why, for example, you might see cougars or bears spawn so suddenly in certain regions. Is because there's a huge chance that that mob type will spawn in that location or chunk upon entering it. Now, I know some might say that this is metagame information, but I really wanted to include it because I think explaining this concept is important because a lot of people get frustrated because this mechanic is not quite as similar to other servers that they may or may not have played on. Now, let's move on to weapon mechanics. Hunting is definitely difficult in Ranch because there is no aim assist and there's no proper lock-on function. The best method is by far using a lasso. It's cheap, it doesn't require ammunition, but it will take some time to get used to. Try to practice by running up close and throwing the lasso while the animal is running along the same axis as you are. You'll need to stay close because the stamina bar drains incredibly fast and you can lose your prey within a matter of 5 seconds should you not get within the 2 feet for the kill option to activate. While this method does restrict what kinds of animals you can hunt, here's the reason why I recommend starting off with a lasso. If you're using a bow or gun in the beginning, there's going to be no crosshair. When riding on horseback, there's no aim down sight either. The process of learning how to aim with no assistance is incredibly difficult, and I will note that if your character is taller or shorter than average, your height will not align with the aim down sight feature, which means where you're aiming is either higher or lower than the animation actually shows. Another issue that you'll encounter is the price of ammunition. Gun ammunition can range between 30 to 50 cents per shot from the state store. If you aren't phenomenal with your aim, it will require more than a few shots to take down an animal. And when you calculate the selling price of a skin and meat, and then replacing the lost ammunition, you'll find yourself losing money in the end, which defeats the whole purpose of hunting. I recommend trying a pump action shotgun as it is the most friendly to the height issue we talked about, but its ammunition is definitely more expensive, so take that with a grain of salt. All in all, try to use guns for safety purposes like predator encounters and not just for casual hunting. Now, arrows, however, come at 10 cents a piece and can be reused if you miss. If you need a long-range weapon, try to get good with a bow. It's easier to learn, it has cheaper ammunition costs, and will help you practice with the ranch aiming system. I recommend trying to learn how to ride on horseback while shooting in first person, since this saves more time than trying to rely on stealth hunting on foot, and it's also going to help you with shooting moving targets. So it all comes down to this question: how much can I actually make? Well, for me, after several weeks of playing and about 10 hours of hunting, I've come to find myself being able to reel in about $50 per hour. If you purchase a foldable box, which is usually around $7.50, you'll be able to carry far more pelts and meat on horseback, and this is really going to cut down on the trip time that you need to take between butcher stands to sell your goods. All in all, I think it's a solid method for income that also provides practice for improving aim and a stable food source. Let me know if you have any other questions about hunting down in the comments, and I can go ahead and answer those for you. I hope that this helps you in your hunting adventure. Stay safe out there on Ranch RP.